All right, hello once again, Jeff Scott from Jeff Teaches Programming, and yes, there is another video. It's down here, and it's still producing. That's why it says deleted video. But I am continuing on with our work in here. In the last video, what we did was we went in and we're writing our person repository, again, the class to handle our database access for our person objects. We are working on the CRUD operations. We did a get all persons, which is our read portion of it. And we did our add, which is our create portion of it. So now we're going to do the update and then the delete. Now, what you'll find is the add and the update are going to be very, very similar. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it in and then make the necessary changes. Now, don't worry that if I've got errors in here, that's okay. All right, so let's just take a look at it. Well, here's the problem. Let me get rid of this. Okay, I have to write the thing first. So let's say public void update person. And again, this will be person. Need our curly braces. Now we can go and put that in. So now it's public here. So now let's go and put that in. And you'll notice we don't get any errors anymore. But we have to make our changes. So we still want the using connection. But now instead of insert into person, we want update person. And when you use that, you use the set command. So we want to set first name equal to at first name. We don't even need spaces in here, so equal at first name. Just put each one of these on a different line. Last name equals at last name. Address equals at address. City equals at city. You don't have to put them on different lines like this. I just think it's going to make it easier to read. State equals at state. And finally, zip code equals at zip code. All right. Now that's enough, but that's going to do everything, which of course wouldn't be what I want. So I want to also add here, and I won't need any of this stuff that's here. But it will need this at the end. So this will be where person ID equals at person ID. In English, what this is saying is update the current record. All right? All right. Then we'll need to have our command. We want to fill the parameters just like we did before, but we have to add one in here. We have to also add person ID. Okay. Then we want to open the connection and run the command, just like before. Okay, that's good. So now all we've got left here is the delete. All right, as it says, to delete an existing database record. So again, we'll say public, oh, hello. So again, I think I'm missing a curly brace here. Am I? Yes, I am. Here we go. So we'll put in here public void delete person int. This time we'll need an ID. Why? Because we want to know which person to delete. All right. Again, we'll grab this using statement like we had before. All right. And what do we need? We need SQL command cmd equals new SQL command, and this will be delete from person where person ID equals at person ID, and we'll need our connection. All right. We'll do what's called another one of these parameters .add with value, just like we did before. And that'll be at person ID, and that'll be filled up with the person ID. Okay, and then just like before, we'll want to open the connection and execute the command. All right, so to my knowledge at least, we have now finished writing our person repository. So we can now start working on the forms. All right. All right, I'm going to close this for now. And we're going to start with the startup form. I think that makes the most sense. Oops. Now, it's not like this is a big thing one way or the other, but because I've been doing this all along, I'm going to come in here. Let's make the start position center screen. Let's make the text on here first C#. Forgot the name of my doggone thing here. DataGridView. So first C# DataGridView example, and it's the startup form. Okay, so we've got that. Let's give it a little color, just because I like to do that, not that we have to. I think the last time we used the light blue, so let's go with purple, I guess. All right. Now, what we want to do is to be able to go to any of our CRUD operations. So this is going to be a very simple form. Okay, it's going to have 4 buttons on it. And we'll make the buttons fairly big. We might as well. So toolbox, let's pin it. Let's make it a little bit. That's fine the way it is. Button. So we'll make this, I don't know, about here and here. That doesn't look too bad, I guess. All right, I tried to make 3 more of them. Again, we'll space these out so it doesn't look too bad here. There's ways you can line all that stuff up. I'm not concerned with that right now. But I am going to come in here, as we oftentimes do, and I'm going to come to the font. And we will, because I like this, we will make it Arial, bold, and we'll make it 20 point. Okay. Might as well lock these into place. Like I said, maybe okay, they should go up a little bit here. I guess that's okay. Lock controls. All right, and let's start putting the stuff in here. All right. So we're just going to call these buttons basically what they are. So this first one here is going to be BTN create, and it'll say create. The next one will be BTN read, and it'll say read. All right. The next one will be BTN update, and it'll be update. And then finally we'll have, so what we have everything but our D and CRUD. So this will be BTN delete, and it will be ampersand delete. Now I didn't do this, I've been working on this myself, and one thing I didn't do, this looks like it's got to be moved over a little. I think that's better. And that is, I'm going to come in here and add menus, a menu too. So let's go to the menu bar, menu strip, add that, and this will be create. Then next we'll have read. Next we will have update. And finally we will have delete. And I was just thinking about this. What I'm going to do quickly is let's take these, let's unlock the controls. Let's move these over. Why? Well, we don't have any way to exit the program right now, so let's put that in there. Okay, so this will be BTN exit. And we'll put exit in there. E-X-I-T-T. All right, let's lock these back up. It doesn't look too bad right now, so let's just lock this back up. And let's come in here and let's add an exit. All right, so we've got that now. I do want to change the names of these. So I want this to be MNU create. This will be MNU read. This will be MNU update. And this will be MNU delete. Finally, this will be MNU exit. All right, now I'm going to try to make this, keep this, whatever, for lack of better words, kind of as simple as possible. So here's my create. Okay, I'm going to move this way the hay over here. And this over. Bless you. Sorry. Somebody in the room sneezed. All right. I shouldn't have probably said that, but that's okay. And create for here. We're just going to do all these quickly. Read. And read. So we've got create and read done, update, update. Delete and delete. And finally, exit and exit. Now, I could go back and bring in my validation and bring in the exit from there, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to keep it simple. All right. So in other words, from here, we're just going to call, we've done this before, so I'm going to call exit program or not. It's going to give me an error because I don't have anything by that name currently, but we'll fix that in just a second. All right, and how did we do this? I should just grab like an old one. I think I'm going to do that, so I don't have to waste a lot of your time watching me fumble around here. So let's go back to, I don't know. First GUI app might work. There it is. All right. So there's that. Let's see if that works, just to start with. So File, Save All. So run it. We should get our main form to come up here. That's my hope, at least. Nope, I'm getting errors. They're all in the SQL repository. Okay, we'll work on that in just a bit. All right. I guess that's a good next thing to do here. It says the namespace could not be found, and I think the problem with this is going to be the same problem we had before. So let's see. And that is, I believe when we brought in the NuGet package manager, it is the right default project, but it's the wrong place in the project. All right. And I'm going to have to see how I fix that. I'll come back and do that in just a bit.